hello, and welcome to my weekly Wednesday Live. I am Anne LaFollette, and I am coming to you from my new studio, which actually just got put together a few weeks ago. And I'm still kind of getting the hang of everything and making sure that everything's working properly. And the people who helped me install this, it's all their brilliance. It's actually a company run by a dear friend of mine whose name is Luria Petrucci. And she runs a company called Live Streaming Pros. And she helps people like me, entrepreneurs like me, up their game in terms of how they show up online. And since I come online to live stream every single week on Wednesdays at noon Pacific time, I thought it would be a really, really good investment in my business to have her and a business partner of hers, whose name is Greg, come out to California and set this new studio up for me. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to do one fun thing that they installed for me. Let me see if it works. Woohoo! And which I absolutely love, right? Cute little heart emojis. And I am here today to talk to you a little bit more about this incredible opportunity that I would love for you to join, and that is to become a founding member of my Creative Business Mastermind. And for those of you who follow me, and for any of you who are here and are new or relatively new to #Anne's Universe, I'm excited to talk to you about this opportunity because many of you know my background story, which is that I had a corporate career for 30 years. And then boom, one day, my boss called me into his office and said, "We've just eliminated your job." Walked down the hall to talk to human resources, and bye for now. And I laugh about it now, but it was not funny at all at the time. And one of the things I want to talk to you a little bit about today, and I mentioned this also in my blog this week, is that I had to take some time to reflect on what I wanted to do next after that major traumatic experience of losing my fancy corporate job. And I had always been creative as a child, but never had any examples of how to become an artist or how to have a creative career. Everyone went into the corporate world or became a doctor or a lawyer or someone in business. And I don't know if that's your situation, or if you maybe loved art as a kid, but were told you couldn't go to art school because you just can't make any money at that, or you were discouraged because the way a lot of art is taught is a very traditional approach, and many of us are doodlers, and we aren't artists with a capital A, but we have a lot of talent. Long story long, I discovered surface design, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And this is yet another one of my blouses that's made from fabric that I designed. So I designed this gorgeous fabric. Let me know in the comments if you like this one. I have a bunch of them now, and I'm actually going to put them on like an apparel bar so that I can roll them over and you can see them all. But I love this one, and I want you to know, I don't know if you can tell by looking really closely, but it's just little pebbles. It's called my pebble design. And literally, it's just little circles, and they're very imperfect. And then I kind of put them together. I teach you how to do this in Adobe Illustrator, how to bring them together, and then how to figure out a beautiful color palette, and then you can get them made into fabric, and then I have the fabric made into blouses. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. But the point of this long story is that I have always had drive. And I've always known that there was something else that I could do with my life in this next phase. And I'm now 65. And so I want to talk about my mastermind because I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Close your eyes with me for just a second and think about that dream that you've always had about either a creative business that you wanted, or you may very well have a business already, but you can envision how you could make it more profitable, or you could actually make it less overwhelming by simplifying it, or you could decide there's some offshoots to it that you have never really had a chance to kind of think through strategically. And that's what I am going to be supporting people to do inside this mastermind. And I want to give a very, very warm welcome to my first founding members. So I don't know if you're here or not, but tell me if you are in the comments, because I want to give a big shout out to Pat, Natalie, Maria, Lorraine, Monique, Susan, Beth, and Rokio. And I am keeping this group limited to 12 to 15 people, because that's going to allow me to really dive in with you and help you structure the business that you envision in your mind, or help you take the business you already have and move it into the $50,000 range, the $100,000 range, and beyond. And many of you know that I had that corporate job, and then I tried to get another corporate job and I couldn't. And the universe was telling me that I was meant for more. The universe is probably telling you that you are meant for more. And yet you need someone to help guide you every step along the way. And one of the things I absolutely love to do, because I've just done it both for myself over the last 5 years and for many people who've been in my community, and I'm going to share a story with you in a second. I realized that I had the drive and I had the perseverance and I had I know I can do hard things. Many of you who have been in my community for a while, you know I like to say, my two favorite sayings are, it's never too late to create, and we can do hard things. And I realize that we can all do hard things, but I want to make it easier because I have the ability to kind of see the puzzle pieces that you have in your mind, create a frame around them with systems and processes that will allow you to manage all the things, and then ensure that the individual pieces inside the frame are the pieces you want in your business to take it to the next level. And I couldn't be more excited about it. And I want to share another story with you, because this is another great example of this, of sort of my secret sauce, which is being able to zoom out, look strategically at what it is you want to create or what you have already created, and see where there are opportunities for simplification, where there's opportunities for greater profitability, and where there are opportunities for product extensions, for example. So my dear friend Maria Alzanier, who's a beautiful watercolor artist in Sweden, is really a great example of someone who came into my universe because initially she wanted to learn how to use Adobe Illustrator. But then as we got to know each other and I did some individual coaching with her, she and I both realized that she could significantly expand her retail business. She has a retail store. We could significantly increase her retail business by adding an online watercolor course so that she could reach people around the world instead of needing to only be able to have them inside her studio. And the studio was great pre-COVID. And it's actually now she can open it again if she wants to, but she can reach a broader audience around the globe by having an online course. And she also realized that she can have a membership, that people love to learn something new all the time in the watercolor space in particular. And so she now has a membership. And I just wanted to use her as an example because she came into my world initially to learn how to do a repeating pattern with her watercolor work. But because she stayed in my world and we did coaching together, which is what you will get in my mastermind, she was able to expand her business in a multitude of ways. 3. the course that she has for watercolor that's called Let It Flow, her membership now, which is a monthly membership where you do a new watercolor piece every single month. And she also has a line of linen dresses, because that's what brought her in the beginning, was wanting to put her beautiful, big, oversized watercolors into a repeat, and then put it on linen dresses and other products like tote bags and hats and lots of other fabulous things. So I share that story with you because I wanted to sort of open your eyes to both what's possible and also for you to start to think more seriously about the dream that you have and how I might be able to help you bring that dream into reality. And the things that we talked a little bit about last week, because I had just come off a training with Brendan Bouchard, who's this amazing motivational coach, he really talked about sort of raising your ambition. And I know that that word can have some negative connotations, especially for people maybe in my age cohort. I know that back in the day, as I mentioned, I'm 65. So I remember my mom was always super, super supportive. And she wanted me to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. She wanted me to be able to absolutely have financial independence. And but the word ambition can sometimes have a negative connotation, or maybe it's just sometimes women feel like that's too aggressive. So I like to embrace this concept of drive and dreams and the perseverance to actually make that dream a reality, because it's such a gift for you to bring that out into the world and share it with others. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I also wanted to talk about how important it is to be goal-oriented. I'm very goal-oriented. And one of the reasons I'm super goal-oriented is because when I lost my fancy corporate job, I had a bee in my bonnet. And the bee in my bonnet was, I am going to replace that income somehow. I'm going to figure out how to make that money again, but on my own terms. And being goal-oriented and then personally joining masterminds so that I could move through these very established sort of roadmaps and systems, these formulas that work, I wanted to learn them from the people who know how to do them. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I didn't want to try to do it on my own. I wanted to, as my mom would say, get the education, go find the people who know how to do it, and go learn from them. Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You'll be able to make it your own. And so I absolutely have made it my own. And but you have to learn the fundamentals first. And I now have the opportunity to share everything that I have learned over the past 5 years with a very, very select number of people. And I couldn't be more excited. The group is coming together beautifully, and there are definitely spots left, right? I think we're at 8 right now, and I said 12 to 15. Of course, I would love to personally invite you to apply. So let me see now if I can let me see if I can work this magic that I have in front of me to share a few other things with you about the mastermind and where to go to apply. So I am going to click this button and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to click this button and that's me in there. And so I'm going to go back to this camera. And I'm going to go over here. I think that if I bring this over here, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think that I want to do that. I think that I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to tell you that the best thing for you to do, if you didn't read so tell me in the comments, did you read the blog? Because the blog, here, I'll bring the blog up just for myself so that I can refresh all of your guys' memories on, oops, where did that go? Hold on a second. All righty. So I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to see whether or not, so you guys are on Facebook, so I don't want that open. I wanted to go to my blog, which is at Ann LaFollette Art. I also did a couple of new little tweaks on my website that I wanted to show you. They're super cool. So let me see now if I go here. There you go. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. So that, now what you should see on screen, I'm going to see if it pops up in just a second because there's always a little bit of a delay. That's my website. You guys are very used to my website by now, I believe, right? You go to AnlaFollettart.com. See, the URL is up here, AnlaFollettart.com. And you can pop over to the blog. Here is the cute little blog button. And you can click on that blog, and then it'll take you to where I write my blog every single week. And here's the one that I just wrote about joining the Creative Business Mastermind. And so if you didn't read it, this is how you find it, right? You can totally find it by coming here. And let me see if I can click here to get it to open for you. And a couple of the things that I said in here that I thought were super important is, and let me see if I can scroll down. I think I can scroll down. Yep. Is like this, I want to make sure everyone understands what a mastermind is, right? Because you may not have, maybe you've never been in one before. And you're in for a real treat if you've never been in one before. And also that might be just helpful for everybody to sort of be on the same page in terms of what is a mastermind. And so a mastermind, let me see, does this, at its core, a mastermind is a small, dedicated group of individuals who share similar career goals or similar aspirations, and you commit to supporting each other and sharing and holding each other accountable in this very, very small group environment. And so many coaching programs have hundreds of people in them, but a mastermind is always a very, very small group because the magic happens in getting to know each other really, really well, and in particular for the leader, which is me, to be able to really do a deep dive and give you kind of a personal roadmap on how to grow your business to the next level. So the structure is that typically they revolve around regular meetings, and we're going to have regular meetings. The mastermind is a 9-month program. We have our kickoff. Well, it's our welcome celebration next week. So next Thursday is our welcome celebration for all of my founding members. And then we're going to start in January. And the regular meetings are 2 hours long. And in those meetings, we are going to do a variety of different things where first I'm going to learn more about your business so that I'm giving you the right advice. And then we're going to have an opportunity. The way generally people learn about each other's businesses is through this concept called a hot seat. And that might sound really scary, but they aren't scary. It just essentially means that you share your goals and aspirations and the vision for your business or your existing business with the group so that the entire group can be better informed and as a result can brainstorm and give you better ideas, right? And then as I am the leader of the group, I'll also be educating you on that frame I was just describing. So if you think about a puzzle, I love to do puzzles. I don't know if you love to do puzzles, but I absolutely love to do puzzles. And the reason I love to do puzzles, or I do the puzzles in a very specific way. First of all, I look at the image on the box because the image on the box is the end point, right? That's keeping the end in mind or having the end in mind. And so that is the vision of your business, is the cover of the puzzle box. Then when you open the puzzle box up, the first thing you do is you turn all the pieces over, right? And you turn all the pieces over because you need to understand all the different components that are already there or are going to need to be there. And then, I don't know about you, but I then build the frame, right? I build the frame. And the reason I build the frame is because I want to know the parameters of the business that I have and or the business I'm growing. I might want to add on to it later, but initially the most important thing is to stay focused on what's going to be each of the parts, the pieces of the puzzle that are going to fit inside that frame. And then you work through it. And you take breaks when you can't see the puzzle pieces anymore. And then you come back to it and you continue to build it until you actually have that gorgeous, gorgeous finalized puzzle. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And then the essence of a mastermind is the sort of collective intelligence that comes from the group. And that is how it was defined initially by Napoleon Hill. So over the years, I have attended many, and I am still in many high-level masterminds. And the reason that I make these investments every year in my business is because I want to know what's happening right now in the both online business, in the retail business, the brick and mortar business. I want to know what's happening in business in general so that I can then bring that into my mastermind and share it with you. And I can also implement it in my own business. And one of the things that's been amazing for me personally is that I started this business in 2019. Right before the pandemic, right? So I did have one solid year in 2019 when I was completely focused on the business. I was making a lot of investments to get myself up and running in the business. And I had a really great first year. I actually had a 6-figure first year. I hit $100,000. And for those of you who know me, I was on stage at Amy Porterfield's entrepreneur experience back in 2019. She brought me on stage to talk about this incredible sense of empowerment as somebody who has white hair, that we can do hard things. And I was able to achieve that in my first year in business because I invested in my education and because I persevered and because I knew in my heart of hearts that I could do hard things. And then I quadrupled my business during the pandemic, because everyone was at home needing to learn new things. And that was a bit of an anomaly. And then when we came out of the pandemic, that's really when I started to feel like I knew what I was doing. I could replicate this business model over and over and over again and continue to grow year after year after year without something crazy happening in the background. But here's the thing, crazy things might happen again. But I feel totally prepared to support you if crazy things do happen in the world, because I have been through a really crazy 5-year period. And I'm assuming it's going to be much smoother sailing, but the great news is if it's not smooth sailing, I know how to ensure that we can stay the course and we can continue to make progress and we can hit our financial goals, our big, hairy financial goals. So I wanted to talk about how important it's been for me, and as a result, how incredibly excited I am about being able to provide you with personalized support, with actionable learning, with accountability and motivation, and also with insights around what's working now. And I think that's one of the most important things about being in a mastermind. So let me see if I also wanted to, I think I had something else on my, so this is my this is my website, right? You guys are familiar with my website. And if I actually go back to the homepage on the website, you can actually scroll down now and there is a banner right below the top area that says the Creative Business Mastermind applications close on December 8th, which is Friday. And as you know, since I just read off who's a member, there's still some spots left. And so I would love to encourage you to apply. Applications close on Friday, and that I will still have an opportunity to then reach out to you and get on a Zoom call. The Zoom calls I've had with the members who have joined already have been spectacular in terms of the types of businesses that we're going to be working on together, the diversity that is part of the group, the stages that people are in, and everyone's goals. Could not be more excited, and I want to personally invite you to grab one of the few remaining founding member spots. So let me look at my notes and make sure that I haven't forgotten to talk a little bit about what this makes possible for you. So I talked about Maria Alzanier already, and I think what I would want to know is I would want to make sure that you're reconnecting with your dreams, and that you join the mastermind so that we can actually turn those dreams into reality. Or if you have a business today that is feeling a little heavy, join the mastermind so that I can help you simplify it. That's one of my key tenets in my own business, and something I will absolutely bring to the mastermind is it's really about keeping it simple, and that mastery comes through iteration. Mastery comes through iteration and getting better at the things that are already working and the parts of your business that you're just starting. So if you believe that you are meant for more, I want you to know that you can do it, because I definitely felt like I was meant for more. And in fact, my husband said you knew that I was meant for more because I wasn't able to get another corporate job. So the universe was telling me you're meant for more. And I knew that I'd be able to figure it out. And I couldn't be more. Now I want to share that with you. That's my mission now, is to share all the knowledge I've acquired with you so that you can be successful and have the business that you want. And that brings you joy every single day. I jump out of bed and I'm so incredibly excited to work on either my business or to support you. Those are the two things that fill with, in addition to, of course, my family, my fabulous husband and my son, who recently turned 27. Of course, they are the core of my entire life. And then my business and you are what fills my cup. You fill my cup every day. So let me see if I can come back on screen, fully on screen like this, I think. And let's do some fun emoji again. See if it works. Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm getting much more used to all the buttons I have to push when I'm here inside my fabulous, gorgeous studio. All right. So, and so Maria Dominguez is here. And so Maria, I'm so excited that you are joining that you've joined the mastermind. Let me see if I can bring this on screen. I am so glad. Thank you for saying that you are so glad I took the leap. I don't know if I can bring this over so that you guys can see it. I think you can see it. There you go. Woohoo! Maria, hopefully you were here at the beginning when I read off the names of everyone who's in the mastermind. I'm so incredibly excited. And let's see. And so Sue's floor, that's totally fine. So Sue's floor, let me see if I can bring this one over. I'll close Maria's and then Suzanne Floor, you've reached out to me. Listen, you also have a lot going on right now. I totally understand you have a lot going on right now. And so I think that you could still apply. You could still apply so that you and I could get on the phone together. And then if you still decide that this is not the perfect time for you, then don't worry. You can, we can determine that together. But I think that you're saying that I have to give it an opportunity to think it through what my style should be, right? And so why don't we get on the phone? Why don't you go to the application form, and you can go to my website, annlafollettart.com, and just scroll down, see the button where it says apply here, and then fill out the application, and then you and I can get on the phone together to talk about it some more. And I would love to just spend some time talking to you, right? We can, I haven't had a chance to actually have a Zoom call with you, so that would be fantastic. All right, and Tosh is here. Yay, hello Tosh, it's so great to see you here. And who else is here? I'm gonna let you guys go because I know I've already been talking for a half an hour. There she is, Maria Alzanier, who I was just talking about. And I think that Maria, and Tosh is a great example too. So Tosh came into my world because she wanted to also learn how to use Adobe Illustrator. And she has a beautiful card business and calendar business. And she actually is a product, she loves paper, right Tosh? You love all things paper. And you have an incredible business, and you're on a very, very small island. You're on a very small island up in Alaska. And I know that you have your hands full. But Maria, it's been such a pleasure working very, very closely with you over the years, because you have had a retail store and you taught painting, and now just look at your business. You have this multifaceted business. And I'm always there to tell you how to keep it simple, right? How to try to keep it simple so that you don't have too many balls in the air and you can still enjoy your beautiful life with your family in Sweden. So let's see, who else is here? Katie LaFollette, my cousin. So here's my sweet cousin, Katie LaFollette. Isn't this a cool shirt? I love this shirt. So I'm going to show you the whole collection that I have next week. And I'm currently doing research to see how I can actually have them made for you if you want to buy one. And all of you in my #AnnsUniverse. So thank you, Katie. And yes, I love the beach. And I usually like sand, but there are also some beaches that have beautiful, beautiful pebbles on them. And that's what inspired this shirt. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm all caught up. Oh, wonderful. So Katie has the girl that she's nannying is on here. Is she watching us? Fantastic. Well, hello and welcome. It's great to see you here. I'm so glad that you are here. And I hope that you guys are having a great day in Indianapolis. All right. So the last thing that I will do is I will click this again so that you can see if you go to my website, annlefollettart.com, right? You can read the blog by clicking on the blog button and read more about the mastermind because I've written several blogs about it already. But you can also absolutely scroll down right here and click the Apply Now button and get your application in because applications close on Friday. And I would absolutely love to welcome you as a founding member into the Creative Business Mastermind. This first group is going to be incredibly special. And so if you're multitasking, come back to me because this is the last thing that I will say. This first founding member group is going to be amazing. First of all, I've priced it incredibly specifically to incentivize you to be part of this first group. And the first group is going to be really small and intimate. You know, I've said max 12 to 15. And that means that you're going to get my personal roadmap for how to grow your business, to take it from wherever it is right now to wherever you want it to go. However high that is, whatever that looks like. And I'm going to be able to do that because they're only going to be 12 to 15 people. And so I'm going to be able to devote all of my time and attention to support you, not only through the monthly meetings that we have, but also because we're going to have a Voxer channel so that you can reach out to me at any time. And we're also going to have 2 working sessions over the course of the 9 months that we're together. And apart from that, you're going to have direct access to me. I'm going to be diving into your business so that I can help you kind of pull it apart to understand exactly all the parts and pieces. And then just like that puzzle I was describing, we're going to put all the pieces back together again inside a framework of processes and systems that are going to allow you to keep it simple and achieve the revenue that you want and the profitability that you want and not getting overwhelmed with like all the things, because a lot of the things we think we need to be focused on are not important. And that is one of the biggest things I've learned over the 5 years that I have been running this business is you always have to put on the first filter is this actually going to help the business grow? And that needs to be the filter that you use for all of your decision making. So I am excited. I'm super excited. I want you to know that you can do this, right? If you've been thinking about it and you're still on the fence, apply. There's no reason not to. There's no fee to apply. It'll give me more insight into what you're thinking about, and then we'll be able to get on the phone to talk about it. So take advantage of the fact that applications are still open until Friday, and I cannot wait to see you either on Zoom or eventually in the Creative Business Mastermind. And our welcome celebration is next Thursday. So you'll get details about that as soon as you complete your application, as soon as we have our phone call together to make sure it's absolutely the right thing for you. The Zoom call we'll have together. I want to make sure it's absolutely the right thing for you and that you're incredibly excited about it, just as much as I am. And then you'll join me for the welcome celebration next Thursday. All right? So you can do this. I think you'd be crazy not to do this. And reach out. You know where to find me. And I always like to say in closing, let me come back on screen. I always like to say in closing that I am Anne LaFollette, and it's never too late to create. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week. Now I have to figure out how to hit the finish button. Do I hit it over there? I think so. Bye.